Welcome to Sangel Studio. We're on the final part 3 of the 5 swap item presentation videos. So I'm going to get started, and obviously, as you recall, this is the envelope from part 1, so we're just going to put that to one side for a second. We have our 5 pocket wallet with our 5 challenge items in it, and this is going to be our bonus items. So originally, when we had a little look at what I use and my thoughts, we had a little lady telling us here, don't forget about the bonus items. So we've gone through most of these, and the only ones that are really left are now the tape, the trimmings and the buttons, and that's potentially what I use when I'm packing everything together. So I'll move that to one side. So what we have here is we have a piece of Amazon packaging again, which I folded at the bottom to make a little pocket, glued it and decorated it. I've decorated it with coffee dyed paper and a bit of ledger paper, and I'm going to use the back to write my little message to my swap partner. Now this has its disadvantages because it doesn't allow my swap partner to stick it down into the journal, but obviously they can attach it with a hidden paper clip to their journal if they like, or they can just slip it into a side pocket, etc. So I'm going to include in that little wallet the original labels that you saw in part 1. These are an idea from, I think Roxy Creations did them. It's just a white self-adhesive sticker with Tim Holtz vintage ink on it, and then I've just inked and used some of my stamps on it, some individual little tiny stamps, but a lot of these are ticket type stamps, and because there's a gap there, it doesn't allow the ink to go onto there, so it creates this abstract look. So they're really nice. They came out really well, so I'm going to include a few of those. And then this item here, which I could use as my letter. I could put some writing paper on the back and write my little letter to my swap partner there. Again, it's just some stamps. I've cut them out, put a few tickets on there, put a little tuck spot in there, and put that into there. Okay, these are my bonus items, shall I say. So I've included a little book page. This is actually the where the signature, where it's sewn, so I've just folded it over. There is some scrap paper there and another image on there. Coffee dye paper again with some stickers and an image in a little tuck spot. The piece of paper that was left over from the little wallet that we used to put the postal stamps in. We have a sheet of music paper, and if you recall, these are the bits of paper that we tore off in part 1, so I'm going to include those. You've seen this in part 2, which is just a stamp, the little envelope, a tag. The tag I made from the clothing tag, the fabric with the serviette that's on to paper, an additional piece of fabric. It's upholstery fabric, but it is so nice. It's got such a lovely pattern on it. This came from Topsham, so I'll just show you the pattern on there. And a piece of paper that was left over from the 12 by 12 scrapbook paper that I used to make the stamps. So I'm going to layer them all up in this way. Okay, so you can see there what you've created is a nice little layered effect. To put them all together, a few suggestions here. You could use a belly band, slide it over, make it, unglue it, obviously to itself, so that your swap partner can slide it off and get to all your items. You could make yourself another tag like this. And as long as you secure that, that'll keep everything together. You could put a bit of washi tape on there, or you could, turning it over, you could put a piece of washi tape on there. I wouldn't suggest knotting it, but on this particular one, just a piece of washi tape would hold all that together for you. Okay, you could say just put some ribbon around it. What I like to do with mine is I like to find a unique type of button, something that's really different. So this one came from Bridport Antique Centre. It's a metal button and it has enamel on it. It has a metal shaft at the back, as you can see there. So all I've done is threaded this really thin ribbon through it, and I'm going to pop that in the middle there. I'm going to come around here. I'm going to go round my button once and back up to the top and bring that down to the bottom, flip it over. I'm going to make a little bow at the back. Don't pull it too tight, just tight enough to hold everything together. You don't want your edges creasing. Just tie a little bow at the back. You can cut this off, but you can leave it for your swap partner so they've got a little bit more. Okay, so turn that back over there, straighten it up. So that's kept everything in place there. Okay, what I've been trialing at the moment is making some fake wax seals. So if I slide that in there, so this is hot melt glue, and all I've done is drop a little tiny key in there, which is like an embellishment. You know, you can buy these off of Amazon, you know, in a bag of trinkets like this. So this, obviously I've just put a tiny bit of glue on a wax piece of paper. I use the Avery label paper because the glue doesn't stick to this, so you know, that's a suggestion for you. So all you need to do is fill an area with glue, drop your embellishment in, and then put a little bit of glue over the top. You will need something heavy to squish it down. I've actually got a vintage brass seal stamp here. It's very heavy, and I think this bit unscrews, and you used to put the seal onto that bit and then obviously put it into the hot wax. So putting it into the hot glue works just as well. So here's some examples. Just move that out of the way for you so you can see these. So here's some examples. I've just tried it with a linen button. So it's a linen button, as I've said. I have stamped it with some Tim Holtz archival ink, and then done exactly the same thing. Put a blob of glue down, put the button into glue, put a bit more glue on top, and then I use this to stand on there. Here's another example, another little trimming. You can, once you've got your trimming, see there, put 2 holes in either side. Use an awl for that, and don't do it on your best table. Be careful, and if you use, this is embroidery thread, so I can thread this through a needle and I can put the needle through the hole to thread it. Ribbon's a little bit difficult, but if you've got one of those needles that's got quite a large eye, you can do that. You can use letters. So here's a letter for you, so you can see that. So that's how that would work on there. And if you haven't got any of that, but you've got a glue gun, what you can do is this one here is using a little tiny glass vase, and it has a diamond cut bottom to it. So again, I've put the glue onto here, put a pile of glue. I've just waited, and then I've just put the glass vase straight into it there, left it to dry, and because it's glass, the glue will peel straight off of it. You do need to use hot melt glue, so please be careful. You don't want anybody burning themselves. So again, I've tried one here with the glass vase with a W. So there's lots of possibilities, but so here's one I did with a larger key. It's quite thick, this one, but I think this is a small area, so you might be able to get holes into this area there. So that's some ideas. So once you've tied everything together like that, the next thing you're going to do is put it all together to put it in your envelope. So I suggest that you put your 5 swap items on the bottom. you put your bonus pack on top, and then it's entirely up to you whether you actually leave this separate and just slip this on top, or whether you slip this underneath. For the purposes of the video, I'll show you it's being slipped underneath. Okay, so you've got all your items there, got your envelope, pop your items into the envelope, seal it up. You will of course put the address on there before you put everything in, otherwise it makes it very difficult to write the address on there, and off you go to the post office. So this should go as a large letter, and it should cost you in the UK just under £1. So I think we have covered everything there in part 3. So I hope you've enjoyed the videos. I've really enjoyed doing them. Once we've got the technical aspects sorted out, I hope that I'll be able to get my subscribers list up, and we can do the little prize giving for a name out the hat. I just want to say thank you everybody for your comments. I am going through them and I will reply. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because I can't tell you how it makes me feel to think that somebody really does want to watch my videos. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I hope you have a lot of fun crafting. And if you have any suggestions for videos that you would like me to do, please put them in the comments below and I'll pick them up and I'll certainly have a go. So thank you very much everybody for watching. Goodbye and take care of yourself.